Hi everyone, it's Lynnea for LDRS Creative, and if you need a quick and easy Christmas card in less than 5 minutes, I've got you covered with this really easy idea. I'm going to be using some stamps and dies from the Cozy Corners collection. Let's start off here with the liquid marble background stamp. Now this is a 5x7 stamp, so it's going to be able to fit your A2 and your A7 cards and everything in between. When I'm removing it from the backer, because this is a large stamp, I want to be careful that I'm not going to pull it and misshape the stamp. So I'm actually pulling the backer off of the stamp instead of the stamp off the backer. Once I put this on the lid of my stamping platform, I'm going to peel that back and then roll that down into place on the lid of my platform. This is a trick that I like to do with all of my larger stamps. Sometimes when you put a stamp on to that acrylic surface of the lid, you get a bubble underneath, and so you won't get a good stamped impression. So if you roll that stamp out onto the lid, you're going to decrease the possibility of getting those bubbles and increase your possibility of a good impression. I added some double-sided adhesive to the back of an A2 panel, and that's just so that it can stick onto the grid portion of my stamping platform because I can't use the magnet. The stamp is larger than my paper, and the stamp is going to overlay my paper, so I don't really have a place to put my magnet, so I'm just going to use some double-sided adhesive instead. I'm using 4-leaf LDRS Creative ink, which is their kind of true green ink. And this is, like I said, it's a pretty big background stamp, so I am going to have to stamp this twice just to make sure I have a good impression. And I'm using my fingers to make sure that I'm pressing down on any areas where I may not have gotten good coverage. And then I'm going to move on to stamping my sentiment. This sentiment is from the Christmas Humor 4x6 sentiment stamps, and these are so fun and snarky for the holidays. They're just really unlike anything I've ever had for holiday sentiments before. I cut one of the Elegant Pinpoint Frames dies. It's going to perfectly frame my sentiment. And I'm stamping in Kiss Me Red ink, which is kind of like just a true red. So I'm going with traditional Christmas colors here, true green, true red. I have the largest die from the Pinpoint Rectangles dies, and I'm going to cut out that liquid marble background that I stamped, just so that that pinpoint frame will match the background. Then I'm going to adhere this onto a green card base, and that's going to give me just a little border. I'll stack those two elegant frames together with some foam tape, and this card will be done. Now you can use that liquid marble background either way, but I happen to like it going this way. So I adhered everything down, stacked it up with some foam tape. You could go ahead and add some paint spatters or enamel dots if you wanted to, but I kept it quick and easy, clean and simple. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!